Hello, beautiful people. I've been guided to come on here after tapping into the frequency of the planet this morning, and I wanted to share with you what I got from it. And I was actually kind of surprised. I shouldn't have been, but I was. And that kind of shows you where the state of the planet is right now. So I saw a post talking about manifesting rain for the rainforest so that the fires go out. And I was like, yeah, that's a great idea. I thought about it a couple times. And I was like, yeah, I need to get down. I need to sit, next to my altar, and I need to manifest rain for the rainforest so we can get rid of these fires. So I decided to just kind of take a moment and lay down and just, hand over the heart, hand over the belly, and just get present and just to send that energy to that. And as I kind of sat there for a minute, and this is very similar to when I tap into my own body or I'm tapping into someone else's frequency for a reading, things start coming up very quickly, and I tend to get intuitions that I wasn't even thinking about. And as soon as I tapped into that energy, immediately I just got, this is a band-aid for a much bigger issue. This is just going to happen again. I felt the rainforest say to me, this is just a symptom. This is not the real issue. This is a reflection of a much larger issue. Now, I know a lot of people know that they're like, climate change is real, blah, blah, blah. It's more than that. This is the earth doing actually exactly what it's supposed to be doing, right? There's actually nothing wrong with what's going on, right? We have this idea that when the planet shifts, when the planet does something that doesn't feel good to us in our very comfortable state, that something's wrong with the planet. No, just like when your body gets sick or when your body has a reaction to something, I don't even like the word sick, because the symptoms we have when we get sick are our body's fight mechanisms to realign our body with health, right? There's nothing wrong with what's happening. And often what is coming up in the body to be healed starts with a vibrational issue. It starts with a thought pattern. And then physically the body goes, okay, what are we going to do? What are we going to deal with this? Because you're giving me all this certain belief or this vibration, and I've got to start purging this stuff, and it's not going to feel great, essentially. So your body is a honed machine, just like planet Earth is. And a lot of people are like, no, planet Earth is fine. It's fine. We're just not. No, we're a collective energy. What we do affects the earth. What the earth does affects us. We are a collective consciousness. We are all affecting each other. So the intense, energy, consciousness of the rainforest was like, this is a symptom of a bigger issue. And yes, I highly agree that we need to have a diet that actually reflects taking care of the planet and the other beings on the planet. That's really important. We need to stop trashing our oceans, all of this. But again, those are just symptoms of a deep unawareness of what is really going on. And that's an unawareness of self. It's an unawareness of our home. And this we are doing to ourselves. This is a reflection of what we're doing as a collective and what we're doing to a collective within our bodies as well. And it just came across to me so strongly, and it's amazing. I'm having congestion the last several days, and I'm like, oh, again, reflection. We are suffocating ourselves and each other with our intense judgment of each other. And this is coming from both sides, okay? There's a judgment of self-expression. There's a judgment around people being truly authentic to themselves, that it's evil, that we're ruining the planet, that it's too secular. There's that. From the secular side, or the other side from the more conservative, we are judging them for their fear. We are judging them on their being too conservative. We are judging their fear on being unaware. Right? There's still a vibration of judgment in either direction, and we are suffocating each other. On top of that, we are suffocating ourselves by putting these avatars on ourselves, making, you know, making ourselves be something that is inherently just an illusory, you know, identity. I love what Jim Carrey says about, I think it's depression. He says, depression comes when our body says, I can't handle the avatar you're making me be. And that is exactly what's happening on this planet as a collective. And what the rainforest is showing us is you're suffocating yourself. And it's reflecting that. There's nothing wrong with what's going on in the rainforest because it's a perfect reflection of what's going on. And so ultimately, we need to start realizing that we are being detrimental to ourselves on an emotional level. We are holding ourselves to a standard that is unrealistic because of the comfort level that it brings. We want to be comfortable. We want to... We are putting a lifestyle on ourselves that is unnatural, and the planet is reflecting that. And so, yes, the physical actions we need to take to make sure our planet is a safe place for us to live and a safe place for other beings to live is hugely important. But we need to take a step back and understand and realize that there are reasons why we are so disconnected from our mother, from ourselves, and from each other as a collective. We are so separate that we can't even understand that our actions are affecting others. So what the rainforest is telling me is praying for water, praying for rain is a band-aid on a fucking cancer. Okay? It's just gonna happen again. It's just gonna happen again somewhere else. It's just going to happen again in the rainforest. And so basically when I brought my consciousness there, it was like, what are you doing? This is a much bigger problem. And I'm laughing because it's so obvious, right? It's so obvious that this is a bigger issue. And so what we can all do is go within and stop suffocating ourselves. And then when another being is doing something that doesn't feel good, when another being is doing something that we don't understand, step back and understand it is a collective consciousness of ourselves, and it is a mirror of something we're rejecting in ourselves. I know that's a hard pill to swallow because oftentimes it's really easy to look at someone and go, oh my God, that's not me. No. It may not be like an exact reflection of you, but somewhere that vibration of fear, distrust, separateness, whatever it is, rejection of self, is something that's going on within us. And so you need to find where that reflection is within yourself and deal with that. And that is ultimately going to heal the collective. I don't want to go too much farther into this because I feel like I could just go on and on and on. But that's the idea. Go within. Acknowledge that this burning of the lungs is what we're doing to ourselves. How are you burning your own lungs? Emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. What are you doing that is out of alignment with yourself? I will just finish it with this. I've been watching Star Trek: The Last Generation recently again. It's been a while. And I saw something on there that just blew my mind. And on a couple different episodes this has come up. And they talk about how, they're a future society. They've moved past all of the human problems. And their society is basically a paradise. Everyone works together, everyone is happy, right? For the most part. They talk about not having money. They talk about, they are trying to elevate themselves. They understand that elevating yourself and becoming aware of yourself is important. Everyone is doing the job that feels best to them. And you don't have to work if you don't have to, but everyone brings their own personal brand of joy to their job. They don't enslave animals. That was a huge one that just blew my mind. There was another extraterrestrial race that came on the ship and they're like, we eat meat, and they're like, we don't do that anymore. We don't enslave animals anymore. We generate the meat so that we can have it, but we don't enslave animals anymore. And I was just thinking about it and I was like, oh my God. Humans collectively know what a planet that actually functions would look like. We know it. And we just deny it so hard. Because when we see things like Star Trek or these future things, we look and go, yes, oh my God, wouldn't it be great if we could do that here? Yeah, we can. This is the thing. We know what it would look like to have a prosperous, abundant planet for everyone. We know what it would look like because we create it in our fantasies. We create it in our movies of the future. We create this. We know what that would look like, and yet we refuse to actually do what that looks like. Right? We, not being in a state of greed, not enslaving other beings or animals, working together, being in the job that most suits us, and actually pursuing that, taking care of each other as a collective, understanding that we can work together to make things work. Important, compassionate communication. These are things we understand. Just go watch Star Trek. We freaking know what that planet looks like. So we need to get real about the fact that we are just not willing to make the effort to actually do what we need to do on the planet to work collectively. And it's not about healing the planet. It's about healing our relationship with ourselves, the other beings on the planet, and our relationship with our home. This is a much deeper issue, and when we realize that, we will make the obvious steps to make that happen. See, the resistance to change and the disasters that are happening on the planet, like the rainforest, are all just symptoms of us rejecting ourselves and each other. So we really need to get present with, why am I rejecting this within myself? Why am I doing these things that don't feel good to me? Why am I strangling myself? So many people are feeling so strangled by their lives, there's a stagnant energy, there's a resistance to being fully expressive for whatever reason, and we all have different ones, and we need to get present with why we are doing that to ourselves. And that is what's going to heal these symptoms, and that is what the rainforest spoke to me this morning. I know that might sound a little crazy to some of you who might not follow my normal stuff on here, but that is what it is a collective, the rainforest is a collective, that is what they spoke to me. And there's a strange peace within the rainforest understanding this concept. There is a strange understanding that this is what's happening because of the collective. So we need to get really clear about why we're strangling ourselves, why we are cutting off the air to ourselves emotionally, mentally, and physically. So we need to get clear. Thank you so much, guys. Many blessings. Love you all. It's all coming to a head, and it's very exciting, and we definitely have the ability to make this happen. Our reality is a reflection of us, and it can change like this. Many blessings, you guys. Namaste.